in them open and stealing the contents. Officers will be extra vigilant in patrolling for mailbox bandits. A Dade County man has disappeared without a trace. According to WDEF, 26-year-old Nathan Johnson of Trenton was last seen after an argument with a family member, getting out of a vehicle and simply walking away. If you know where Nathan Johnson is, give police a call. Val St. John for Nuga Radio News Talk 92.7, Action News now.
The station you hear everywhere.
Nuga Radio 92.7.
The fusion of entertainment and enlightenment. This is the Glenn Beck Program.
Was it the hat or was it the smirk? Roger Stone, surprise, surprise, in jail today. State of the Union been canceled. The government still shut down. Is this a win or a lose? The most radical abortion law ever has been passed in New York. Nathan Phillips, we just found out he's 1024th Elizabeth Warren. More on him and the despicable behavior of the press. All of this with Bill O'Reilly. His perspective and no spin from Bill in 1 minute.
This is the Glenn Beck Program.
Today is going to be a good episode with Bill O'Reilly. All right, let me talk to you about ZipRecruiter. If you're looking to hire somebody, there's nobody better than ZipRecruiter that can find that right person. Now, when I first started doing commercials with ZipRecruiter, they were this little company, and what they did is they would take your job and they would post it on all of the big job sites. Well, because ZipRecruiter was advertising to employers, people started sending their resumes to ZipRecruiter. And so the guy who runs ZipRecruiter is really kind of a genius. And he saw this as an opportunity to become the biggest job placement service in the country. So not only do they now place all those, but they bought the Google building in Los Angeles and filled it with data scientists. And now they have an algorithm that goes out when you call or go on to ZipRecruiter.com. You fill it out. They find out everything that you're looking for. Then it lets you
What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
somebody dependable, somebody that fits your culture. That's it. ZipRecruiter.com/bet. ZipRecruiter.com/bet. All right, Bill O'Reilly is here from BillO'Reilly.com. Welcome, Bill.
Very warm welcome, gentlemen. Thank you very much.
So
my day is off to a great start.
Boy, it is.
Good.
I tell you, we were relieved. Bill, I'm so excited to hear your take on all of the things that have happened, because this has been a big week. But let's start with the latest breaking news of Roger Stone. Can you fill me in on what's happening with Roger Stone?
Maybe. But
Okay.
first, I'm just going to concentrate on the fusion of entertainment and enlightenment.
Okay.
So I'm going to go into the enlightenment area now.
All right. Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
So I don't know anything about Roger Stone. Never met him. Never talked to him. Looks like kind of a crazy guy to me.
Yeah.
He's got a big tattoo all over his back.
Of Nixon.
7 years old. I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
There should be a limit, by the way, in tattoo parlors. If you're over 28, you can't get one.
Constitutional amendment bill? Is that how you go about that?
I was really hoping for
area.
I was hoping for a little more enlightenment.
Yeah, I'm going to give you something in enlightenment area.
All right.
now.
Okay.
Okay. So Mueller, when he started investigating this Russian collusion allegation, he basically had a chart, and I know this to be true, and there's names on the chart. It's a flow chart that says Trump campaign, and there's maybe 30 names, maybe 40
Yes.
on the chart. And he looked into all of them. He looked into all of these people that were working directly with Donald Trump in some.
3, 2, 1. Chattanooga Radio. Digital FM 95.3 HD4. 92.7 FM's news now.
A Chattanooga woman was savagely stabbed multiple times, cops say. The CPD responded to the scene at Willie Way around 10:30 Wednesday to find a 60-year-old woman bleeding out from several stab wounds. Warrants were quickly taken out for Joanna Alder in Morgan County. She was arrested. East Ridge has a new crime problem, mail theft. Assistant Chief Stan Allen says that it's gotten so bad they just have to address it. On multiple occasions, porch cameras have caught thieves driving up to mailboxes, popping them open, and stealing the contents. Assistant Chief Allen says that his officers will be extra vigilant in patrolling for these mailbox bandits. 4 people were murdered, 2 wounded after a shooting in Polk County, Georgia. Happened around 8 p.m. last night. At least 1 person was airlifted to the hospital. A GBI was called in to investigate. Russell Stroud, Chattanooga Radio News Talk 92.7 Action News now.
Help you live your best life. Don't running to see. Y'all know I like scarves, and no, do not ask me to send it to you. They actually asked me to send them stuff, but you know what? If this isn't a brand ambassador, I don't know what is. Somebody read this for me in the studio.
It says support your local club.
What club are we?
Chattanooga Football Club.
I'm sorry, what club?
Chattanooga.
As a cube. So I just want to do one thing. If you're staying anywhere,
Come on.
The CNN anchor actually
Y'all hear
said,
that?
good job following your gut
I
and
do.
being there on this one.
engineer, we got something coming.
It was the same thing like Flake in the elevator at the Senate when the CNN crew was right behind
Guys, we
the
got something
fanatical
going on technically. Hang tight with me.
far left person who was yelling at Flake. She just happened to be there. So Mueller crew,
Work out.
probably in the FBI. I don't know. I expect
Now let me go
probably
to
the FBI. And gave somebody a call and said they're going to be here, so show
What
up.
you call live? Thank you. Are we good now to go, engineer? I guess we are. You know what, guys? If you can't go with radio, I've been doing, guys. I'm still not good on this board. I don't to help out since he's been a radio guy, right? Anyway. Wherever this morning waving the flags on the road. And then downtown, you walk in downtown, all these people, there's a different vibe when it's Friday.
Oh, yeah.
There's a different vibe when it's
Oh, yeah.
Friday. You know why? Because it's the weekend. Everybody thinks about the weekend. They get they get that paycheck. They're thinking, oh my God, I got to go buy my shares for CFC with that paycheck. And then the weekend. When you get the guy over here dancing and they actually do. Guys, we gotta make the best. Wherever you are. know what? I believe we can keep it.
The best of life while you're young.
Ready?
Weekend. Party down with all your friends. Weekend. Party down. Weekend. Weekend. All my heart unpaid. Weekend. Crazy nights and late.
Like that. All right, guys. We're going to start bringing just a little engineering. We're going to break. Guys, what do y'all think about that? Are you ready for your weekend? Are you ready for your weekend?
Always, yes.
So I want you, I know who you are, but tell the listener who you are and who everybody in this studio is.
All right, so I'm Sheldon Grizzle. I'm one of the co-founders of Chattanooga Football Club. I'm currently the president and also a board member. We've got Peter Wilson. We'll get into that a little bit more.
Yeah.
Juan Hernandez.
Wow.
He's been a quality man for Chattanooga Football Club.
Awesome.
He handles anything that we throw at him. Right now, he's handling a lot of our sponsorships.
Nice.
And just trying to figure out ways to engage small businesses and local corporations.
Nice. So I'm just going to bring you in a little.
Sure.
So, guys, first of all, I'm just excited to have you here. I'm so excited because, you know, I'm a hometown girl and I love local. But I love what you guys have done recently. I've got to jump out. I wouldn't be a good host if I didn't jump out about the top news. So over the weekend, I'm so 50 out there, guys. Go look, but you can buy as many. Put $10,000 or $15,000 out there just from buying his shares. So, what is that about, and why did you guys come up with this idea? Because the nation is talking about it.
Yeah, it's true. So this is something that we were inspired back in 2010 to do, and so it's kind of been on our list for 8-9 years now. We were inspired originally by the Green Bay Packers.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they've got a city that's smaller than ours, and yet they've sold out every single game for decades. I don't know the actual statistic, but their fan support is unbelievable.
Even people that don't do sports or aren't big into sports know that little bit of that story.
Right.
They know that those fans are crazy fans, but they're present always.
Yeah, they literally own the club, and so they're gonna show up. They're gonna support their club through thick and thin.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, Peter here, he's from England. That's a very popular model over in Europe is for the supporters to actually own part of the club.
So we brought something international to Chattanooga. I like that, Peter. We got to give a shout out to Stephanie. Can we do that?
Yes, yeah, no, Stephanie, Stephanie, my wife, Stephanie Hayes, yeah.
Yeah, I tell everybody she'll be a future mayor. Well, probably not. She'll run a city from some other country, actually, traveling with you. But hey, Stephanie, shout out. So who comes up with this idea? Did you bring the idea and the concept? I'm just curious, or?
No, it actually took place over dinner after one of our games with a couple of our fans.
Everything happens over food.
Yeah, I mean, why not, right?
Why not? Yeah.
It was just one of those things that, you know, in American sports, you have so many American franchise teams that have been picked up and moved from a community where, there's a loyal fan base, and then it's moved to another community.
Absolutely.
And that happened in the NFL this year with a couple football teams. That almost happened with the Columbus Crew of Major League Soccer. And we just said, we don't want this to ever happen to Chattanooga Football Club. It's kind of morbid, but at some point, our ownership group will
absolutely
die.
They'll die.
We could all get hit by a bus. Somebody else may acquire the club in the future.
But you see a lot of organizations that the leadership did something smart to leave it to other people. And you guys are doing that.
Yeah.
A good business. I tell everybody, I'm not married to anything but my husband. You cannot be married to anything for too long and be successful. So the idea, if you guys came in here and said, we're going to keep it till we die, and that's not going to grow it. So I love the concept of have people buy in because we're all focused on keeping people here, keeping talent here at all levels.
True.
So this is another way to say, really? What other state are you going to go and move to that allows you to buy into the local football club? It's not happening.
Yeah.
So you guys, what I love about you guys, I don't like anybody too stiff or stuffy or whatever. And you guys obviously take your job serious, but none of you take yourself serious. Can I say that?
Yes.
And you look like you have the coolest gig in the city. So I know that I'm very familiar with Peter's work, but Peter, talk about the organization itself, because one of my questions I always ask, great that you're doing this wonderful thing and great that you allow people to buy in, but what are you doing for the community, A, and B, what are you doing to help those that can't afford to go to the game? The premise of the show is we want everybody to live, work, learn, and play. But Peter, can you help me out?
Yeah, so I'm the Football Club Foundation, which we started back in November of 2015. And the foundation is made up of 3 entities, one of which is Operation Get Active, the program that I'm the director of.
I love that program. I love just to see the pictures of what they're doing. It's exciting to see the kids.
No, it's been awesome. And we also have Chattanooga Sports Ministries, and we also have Highland Park Commons, where we run the operations at Highland Park. So it's a futsal soccer facility. We have 2 pitches in Highland Park. And yeah, so we're doing some incredible work with the foundation, and Operation Get Active. It's a health initiative trying to encourage kids to be physically active.
Love it.
Through the game of soccer. This spring, we're going to be offering the program at 21 elementary schools across Chattanooga.
Say that again. How many?
21.
Now I'm going to be funny. You're taking that to Signal Mountain.
No. The Title I elementary schools.
Good for those kids.
So yeah, no, definitely, it's an awesome program. It's after school.
Yep.
So the kids stay, and then they have an hour and a half of practice twice a week. Our coaches are made up of teachers from those schools.
So guys, this is another thing. You go to school and you think your kid is, in a classroom doing whatever they're doing. Well, that teacher leaves. Some of those teachers leave and go to another job. So you've got how many teachers?
So we've got over 40 teachers that are involved in the program.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and those teachers all get paid, which is really important. Is that they get compensated for that coaching time, and the teachers really love it. I think the thing for them is that they get to work with their kids in a different context. And
Peter, one question: how can the kids get involved?
Yeah.
How can they, if they're not at the rec center, how can they get involved for a Facebooker?
Yeah, so go to our website, operationgetactive.org.
Say that again.
operationgetactive.org.
Hold up. operationgetactive.org. I know if my listener hears it 3 times, they get it. So when he's talking
information about which schools that we're at.
Awesome.
It's for grades 4 and 5 and girls and boys.
Okay.
So yeah, we have.
And I like seeing, everybody knows I'm a fan of the mayor. I'm a fan of the city. I love my city. I've drank the Kool-Aid, right? But I love my region, my county as well. But in that, when you think about what we're doing as a city, I love that we focus on the young people along with the CFC. And that kind of comes from the mayor and the leadership. You can't focus on workforce development, all these other things, and leave out kids, the workforce piece they get, but now how are we going to get them active and keep them active? And this program started how many years ago?
So we started this back in the spring of 2016.
Okay.
Yeah, so we started back then just at 3 elementary schools, and working also with the City of Chattanooga's YFD centers.
Again, the YFD. I'm so sorry, but I love the money being spent. Guys, I'm one of those that say, what are the YFD centers doing? So, guys, these are just some of those things that we're doing. I have to, if I didn't go on over to one, I know some of my listeners, probably those single ladies, are going to say, hey, we like our. Right there. Yeah, Peter, get right there beside him. Yeah, look, if my listeners cannot see him, they're going to get mad at me. Do you see him now?
That's why I was trying to move out of the way.
You're the man.
I like it.
Can you repeat that? I just want to sound like him.
I like it. I kind of clap.
He's really hot. But cool. You have to have the coolest life. Now, football, if I could call it whatever, but what kind of dedication do you have to live this life?
It's a full dedication if you want to do it right.
You said you were working out this morning before I even turned over.
Yes, correct. Wake
Yes.
up, wake up, and then here.
So, you know, if I'm not a sports person, I'm a cheerleader, which is sports, but I want to be one to do the last, like, buzzer's about to ring. Game. That would be my main moment. What would be your favorite moment? Like, what's the, oh man, I'm going to kill this moment?
Well, I do. All the people happy, and it's just that's really the great feeling.
It has to be to have how many fans in the stands cheering for you, like stupid cheering, because the Chattanooga Football Club fans, they're crazy in a good way. But that's what makes it fun.
Well, that's the game.
Now, I had a Facebook question. I want to know if you're single. Are you single?
I'm not.
So on a scholarship in basketball, soccer, football. I'm not that mom, but sometimes it's only, you can't be what you can't see. So that's all they see. So they nurture that gift. And by the time it's time to nurture another gift, it's too late. So I would like from you on a serious note, talk to that mom or that kid that's wanting to do soccer and says, oh man, it's my life. I'm going to do this forever. You still got to have a plan, and you have a plan.
Correct. My plan. So that's what I've been doing, but always have a plan. So don't just do one thing.
What was your plan? Because guys, let me say this: when you do, guys and gals, when you look at this guy, what I love is you don't see him coming. You know what I mean? You don't see he's packaged with education and all this stuff, but he's so cool. So, what is your background education?
I have a master's in exercise science and an undergrad in physical education and health.
Like, I knew all these guys were smart, but like super duper freaking smart, right? So your plan, your parents made sure you had education, correct?
Correct.
So again, I don't want to bust any bubbles, but guys, make sure parents, take them to the CFC. They've obviously got a lot going on, but make sure your kid has a well-rounded approach. Juan is the best example. He loves what he's doing. How old are you, Juan?
28.
28. You look like, I don't know, the older I get, the younger people look, but my God, isn't it true? I thought, man, is he like 22 or 23? But, I'm 35. I'm really working on feeling younger.
You're younger than you think.
35. It's nothing but a number. So Juan, I do appreciate you because you really represent to me the epitome of an athlete. You're a gentleman, you're kind, but you're packaged with all this education and smartness. And you go out and you give it to other people every day. So I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Reed, I got to know. You're about to choose.
I think they were the love.
Often when I
I started working with the CFC, how much fun it is working with these guys. I mean, it's a blast. We do so much cool stuff. It's creative. I think it's the best place to work.
Can I come down and just shadow one day? I don't want to do anything but bring my coffee. Maybe bring. You know, you dance with me now. You know I can dance. But can I just come down one day and just sit amongst the?
You got to have your running shoes on because it's a busy day.
I've got my tennis shoes. Is that a yes? I really just want to see what y'all do. This cannot be too. When do y'all do work?
All day.
Bring your Facebook Live, do a quick hello to all your fans and stuff. And
hang on, I would look so cool.
Yeah.
Can I do that? Because I'm not really cool. Can I do that?
Well, maybe we should do that at like a game or something where it's a little bit more like,
Just make me look cool. I don't care. No, I think.
Well, that'll be easy, Donna.
Y'all heard that on the Donna Show, 92.7 FM.
Love. And it's been a blast getting to know different community leaders around town, or business leaders mainly, and getting them to support CFC financially. But also some places can't invest a lot of money or any, so we find ways to do cool creative partnerships with them.
Yeah, we used to say like barterships and things like that, but you find a way to work with people who want to work with you.
Sure, definitely.
And another thing I want to talk about, I do a lot of research and I hear a lot of questions when I'm getting ready to have guests on the show. And so one of the things I think was really unique, or the comments that were made, is that, truly the Chattanooga Football Club has evolved, and it feels like it's something we created in our city. Now, I know we did, but you feel a sense of belonging before we offered shares. What do you attribute that to? And the sponsorship, what I've also seen is not everybody can give, but I see people being involved in this that don't really have it to give. And that's truly when you've made it equitable for everyone. I think that's when you've accomplished something great. But how have you guys done that?
I think it started from the very beginning. We had a founding group of local Chattanoogan people who are from here. Maybe they weren't born here. I wasn't born here.
Sure. I'm a Chattanoogan that doesn't believe, if you're not from here, I don't believe that. The 3 questions you get asked, are you from Chattanooga? Where'd you go to high school? Where'd you go to church?
Right.
Where do you live?
Right.
Peter, have you gotten that?
Yeah.
You get those questions, and it's just the silliest thing. But I don't believe that we're this community that doesn't let people in. I think just the opposite. We really embrace people.
Yeah. So several of our founders were not from here, but had decided to move here and stay here. And so we were committed to the city. And so we had entrepreneurs, we have philanthropists, businessmen, and then just like soccer enthusiasts.
What a good mix.
And so you mix all that together and you have something that's organic and authentic and rooted in the community. And we didn't have visions of grandeur of like changing American soccer or, becoming this like crazy big thing. We just wanted to use the sport of soccer, which is an international sport.
Absolutely.
Both of these guys.
And now it's so big. Don't lose your thought, but now it's really just continue to catapult.
Yeah.
Like everybody's watching soccer.
That's right. It's growing like crazy. And so Chattanooga was getting more international. We had one of the fastest Latino populations.
Yep.
One of the fastest growing Latino populations in the country. VW had just announced that they're going to put $1 billion plus into our community. So there's going to be this influx of, Germans and French and Spanish companies coming to support.
And the Spaniards and the whatever.
Spain. We can go on and on all day. So we knew the city was getting more international and more diverse, and so it's just like we've got to bring the world's game to Chattanooga and do something good for the city. And surprisingly enough, people responded well because it was authentic. And Chattanoogans,
I believe that
Chattanoogans love Chattanooga.
I believe that. So every time the Kirkman walks in, I'm wondering, what have I done? So Sheldon, I do want to ask this because I've wondered myself, but wow, guess what, guys? We just got to go to
Chattanooga Radio, Digital FM 95.3 HD4, 92.7 FM's news now.
Multiple people murdered in Polk County, Georgia. 4 people murdered, 2 were wounded in a shooting that happened around 8 p.m. Thursday night. An accused gunman has been named Dylan Gamble from Rockmart. He's considered armed and dangerous and on the run. There's a new crime epidemic in East Ridge, mail theft. Assistant Chief Stan Ellen telling WRCB that it's gotten so bad that they have to address it. On multiple occasions, porch cameras have caught thieves driving up to mailboxes, popping them open and stealing the contents. Officers will be extra vigilant in patrolling for mailbox bandits. A Dade County man has disappeared without a trace. According to WDEF, 26-year-old Nathan Johnson of Trenton was last seen after an argument with a family member, getting out of a vehicle and simply walking away. If you know where Nathan Johnson is, give police a call. Val St. John for Nooga Radio News Talk 92.7, Action News now.
We've got lots of sunshine, but breezy and cold for your afternoon. High temperatures settling into the mid and upper 30s tonight. A few passing clouds, overnight lows into the lower 20s. For Saturday, lots of sunshine, a little warmer near 45. More clouds, a spotty shower to Sunday. Looking to buy or sell a home? Real Living Southern Realty provides real answers and customized marketing solutions. Serving the entire tri-state area. Check rlsouthernrealty.com for their complete listings. And I'm Storm Team 12 Chief Meteorologist Matt Report.
Nooga Radio 92.7. Sean Hannity, weekday afternoons from 3 to 6 p.m. on Nooga Radio 92.7 FM.
Nooga Radio 92.7.
If an uncertain economy and runaway stock market is making you think twice about how and where to invest, you may need some professional help. Talk to a local husband and wife team who have seen it all. Ron and Christy Adams with One Family Financial. The Adams have helped clients navigate through bull markets, bear markets, recessions, bubbles, and booms. And they have the experience to put your assets to work for you while minimizing risks. Find out how Ron and Christy can keep you on track for a long, happy, worry-free retirement. 423-710-2009 or go to onefamilyfinancial.com.
That's what we are live. Listeners from Richmond tuning in today, but I am here at 6. You don't see him coming. I'm about to tell a story. So, first of all, you know what? I got to laugh about the technical errors because, Sheldon, I'm going to go to you for this one. When you hire people, you know what you get, right?
Sure.
You know
you hope so.
Well, they know I'm not going to run this board the best.
Right.
So they do.
Yep.
So they pay me to talk. So
Sure.
they got what they asked for, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Technical error goes wrong.
Right.
But hey, we'll get over it, right? Peter, you know what the radio's like, right?
Well, yeah. So Farns, aka Reed here. We both hosted a CFC radio show on ESPN a few seasons ago, and
So y'all get it, right? And make sure we got it right. Y'all got that right. That was a joke. That was my.
Do you guys need me to translate that?
MSI Workforce Solutions is now a sponsor of this show, and I'm so glad because I don't have to.
No, not at all.
Now, and I wanted to talk to you because you are one of the HR recruiters and you're an account manager. How
A little under a year now.
Isn't that great?
It is.
Now, where did you?
I met them at the Times Free Press job fair.
Like, see, guys, y'all know I love the community. I find my talent there. But now you're a rock star, and I'm going to be Workforce Solutions co-owner, vice president, whatever you want to call it. However, I like the talent that I hire. I hire freaking awesome talent. So tell me when we found you, you were teaching.
Yeah, I was teaching the Hamilton County school system. Yeah.
Aren't you glad we got you out of it?
No, I gotta be with the adults.
Yeah. So you went to UTC, got your degree, HR.
Yep.
So you are. In fact, I saw that degree hanging up on the wall this morning in your office.
Yes.
So what is it that you do for MSI Workforce Solutions?
Well, not only am I the recruiter trying to find the top qualified candidates for a lot of our clients, but also now the business account manager trying to get some new business, new clients, stuff. To really try to build the city of Chattanooga and
nurture the talent.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. Yeah, what we do is different than any other company that's kind of like ours.
Yeah.
Because we actually vet and put time into all of our associates and candidates before they actually go to work anywhere.
Absolutely. And some of the things I love about MSI, guys, it's not, when you say what you just said, people goes, they say, you get people jobs. No. Not all we do. We are an HR workforce solutions firm. Just like if you have divorce or somebody's a landlord issue, you go to a law firm and you have attorneys and practitioners. Well, you come to MSI, no matter what your issue is, training and development, workforce development, whatever.
Absolutely.
But now talk about your experience there. What do you like about working? Because you have a lot of responsibility. You do a lot of training development classes. You do interview a lot of people. You communicate with a lot of our clients and stuff, but you do a lot of training and development. What do you like about your role?
Well, the best thing about my role is I'm just really trying to make a difference for people to get that everyday career they love going to. We've all worked those jobs that, we're not too happy to get up in the morning. Every day ends up being a Monday.
Yeah, not everybody can have this gig right here.
Right. So being able to help improve the lives of those who come through our system and understanding what we do and how to make their life better.
Absolutely.
Is what makes me put my head down at night knowing that I've made a difference today.
And, how many people get to be a part of a business? I'm going to say this, that you've got MSI Media Division,
right.
You've got MSI Healthcare.
Yeah.
You never know.
Be prepared.
You never know what's going to happen. So, Tony, I appreciate you as as our HR recruiter, but as a person who's an entrepreneur. Guys, guess what this dude does on the side? He owns a dance studio. That's
awesome.
Yeah.
Right. Like he can do a step by step like nobody.
You tell me.
What's it called?
Infinity Dance Connection.
Yeah.
It's here in East Village.
What's it called again?
Infinity Dance Connection.
Ask him.
Hey, what's it called again?
Infinity Dance.
I think you are, Peter. Would that be a good assessment?
I guess so, yeah.
You do a lot of entrepreneur stuff, right? But y'all know most of the time you don't hire somebody who has a business. No, that's like are you kidding me?
That's like a big X.
It is. Why would I bring you on my company? But you know what? That's what's different about MSI. We embrace that. Now, I don't want to see you dancing between 8 and 5, right? So anyway, guys, I appreciate you coming by. Sometimes those things they play on the air are not good. I just like to get the person in front. So I'm going to get this mic. First of all, a couple things about our lineup here while Sheldon comes back to the mic. Guys, I don't know what you're doing during the day, but you get the local news here with Russ and Val, CBS, traffic and weather. And then that dude, they have him. If you we've got you covered. Mortgage Sense, The Clutch with Keon Rose, and NASCAR. Are y'all NASCAR people? I'm not. I just can't get into cars. I barely got into football.
We're soccer.
See, y'all said
soccer.
It. I am not about cars, but With Reed, we're the only station that carries the official rights for NASCAR.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And if I said something wrong, they'll get me, but I'm pretty sure that's right. So I got to go back to Reed. Reed, you're single, right? Back on the Facebook. So we'll scroll back through. She said, is he really single? So are you really single?
I am really single. Yes,
Okay.
Donna.
Why- I know we've been talking about sponsorships, but let's talk about how you do that, because somewhere right now somebody is listening, a business owner, a potential investor, or a mom, someone, a dad, who's just, I want to be involved, but maybe on a different level of what we're offering in terms of ownership in the shares. How do they get involved, and how can they give money to you guys or be more involved?
Yeah, sure. There's all kinds of ways you can get involved. One, obviously, is getting involved with the ownership campaign. One is with being a part of our match day operations. And if you want to become financially involved, sponsorship is an awesome way to get exposure, an awesome way to be a part of really exciting thing in Chattanooga. We're so Chattanooga. CFC is such a Chattanooga thing. So if you're a fan of Chattanooga, you're going to be a great fit. And a great way to get a hold of us is to email us at info@chattanoogafc.com.
Thank you for putting that out there. And we'll make sure afterwards, say that a couple of more times if you don't mind.
That's info, I-N-F-O, info@chattanoogafc.com. And just say, hey, I'm interested in being a partner, being a part of what you're doing. How can I get involved?
Absolutely.
And we have stuff, a lot of small businesses. I mean, they're the backbone of what started.
I was going to say, how many people, do you have, I know you have large corporations because I've seen that, but you have a lot of supporters that really are the small business community.
Oh, yeah. They're the backbone. I mean, they're a huge part of what goes on. We have some awesome.
Do you know a percentage just off the top of your head, of what's the percentage of small businesses versus these large?
Well, I mean, I was going to say, as far as quantity goes, I mean, the small business is definitely, we have more of those. But, obviously our big sponsors what's so cool is that Volkswagen, CHI Memorial, Center for Sports Medicine, some other sponsors, they've been around for a long time.
Yeah, they're great.
It's not just a flash in the pan and they're out. They like what they see. We love this.
And they're involved. I know people with Memorial, they don't just give money and then they back off.
No.
They're involved. And again, that's the Chattanooga way.
Sure.
A lot of larger organizations, I've lived in Richmond and other places, and they give, but they don't tend to be present. And Chattanooga tends to be kind of awkward in that. We'd rather have the presence than the money. Seriously, but we want the money too. And that's what I see. You can just see the support for you guys.
And also it's sponsor activation where EPB shoots T-shirts into the crowd at halftime.
Oh, no, that's so fun.
Yeah, that's it's such a highlight for.
I want to show
we'll get you. Yeah. Stay in touch with Reed. Yeah.
So, I need to call Andrew because he'll tell you I won the Frozen T-shirt contest.
Oh, my gosh.
Again, let me say that real slow. Andrew, this Frozen block.
Yeah, and you got to get it on, right?
You got to put it on. Well, I panicked. There was an old lady and the young lady together, and I knew I had the old lady. I knew I had her. And then there was a guy and whatever. Well, I started looking on the front row, Reed, and guess what? Beer. So I took everybody's beer, thawed the T-shirt, and won.
That's so smart.
And then I never looked back.
That's brilliant.
Andrew, I just won. Are you serious?
Oh, yeah.
I just know that I won. You see my eyes like, oh, yeah. And then Andrew said, well, what did they do when you took the beer? I don't know. I just took it and ran. So can we have that much fun?
Sure.
Freeze them and stack them for days.
Yeah.
Right. So with that, if you're able and you do want to get involved, whether it's sponsoring, if you're a big person out there and you have a big entity and you say, I've got some money I want to give. And that happens. A lot of people say, well, no, it doesn't. Yes, it does. There are people now who are saying, I need to do something or give back. Also, if you're someone like me, you have a son, you're living life normal day to day. The shares right now, guys, I'm just going to say as a mom, I should have invested in Starbucks. Seriously, I had an opportunity years ago. Don't I feel real stupid? But I didn't. It's okay. I still drink Starbucks. However, this is a chance you're not going to get back. And if you're not going to believe the group in this room, you should go look at the newspaper. You should go look online and figure out how big this is. And I'm going to say it from the Donna Show point of view. If you're going to be giving your money and you're going to be investing, why wouldn't you do it with someone like this organization? And the good thing is you guys have made it possible. What I love about the CFC is you guys have made it available for other people to come. Peter, Marty and our background is really helping people. So one of the questions I ask you guys, great that you're doing all this wonderful work, but what are you doing to help ensure people that don't have the means can attend the game? These young people, how are they going to afford it?
Yeah, so excitingly, this season, any kids that are in our foundation programs, they all get a jersey for being a participant in the program.
Chattanooga Football Club jersey?
It's a hybrid of Chattanooga Football Club and our own sort of programs.
Peter, and you didn't bring one of those today?
I know.
Shame on you.
Next time we come, we'll bring you one.
All right.
We're gonna freeze them, Donna, at halftime. I have you put them on.
Freeze! I want to see it.
But what's really cool is that kids that wear those jerseys can come to any CFC game, and they're going to get free entry into the game.
So that's their ticket.
So that's their ticket, and that's going to be really cool. We're really excited about that partnership, and
see Mom,
those kids come.
Just make sure all the kids put on the CFC jersey.
They don't even have to be clean.
They don't have to be clean. Everything nice. So their ticket now, and the thing is, if the kid can get in, sometimes it makes it easier for mom or dad to pay for themselves. So,
and we also offer that to some local rec partnerships that we'll be announcing, and we have a Chattanooga Football Club Academy with 850 kids that are playing in that, and every single one of those kids can get into all our games for free.
I'm gonna pick my mouth back up for the listener. You said how many kids?
850 kids in the academy.
Wow.
And we've got over 1,000 kids now playing through the programs of the CFC Foundation.
Amazing.
And just something to add, I think what's really cool is that players like Juan are also really involved in our academy as well as our foundation. So
nice.
They come and get involved in various events that we have, and it's really fun for the kids to be able to go and actually watch these guys in action. And it's really inspiring and really fun for them to see them in that setting.
It's great.
Well, it's more fun for us.
Yeah. Look, Juan says he just gets to have all the fun, right? So now with this, what do you guys do at these classes? Are you teaching the kids soccer? I know it's get active, but what are they going to learn? And Tony, by the way, Tony's still in here hanging out. Tony, you have 2 kids, right? And you need to get them over to the seat. You need to be talking with Peter. I'm a connector because your kids need to be getting that jersey so you and Mama can pay and go to the game. Peter, talk about that, though. Yeah. What are they learning?
Yeah, so we teach them just the very fundamentals of soccer, and our sessions just are around developing skills.
Where's that soccer ball? Keep talking.
Sort of introducing them to the sport, and then at the midpoint and at the end of the season, the kids get to play as their school. So each jersey has the name of the school on the back, and they get to play against the other schools that are in the program. So we do that at Finley Stadium, and that's a really awesome part of the program where the kids actually get to experience the competition element, and all the kids are included. There's no trial. There's no all the kids get to participate. So it's a lot of fun and great for them to get that experience, and very cool to play at Finley Stadium as well.
I kind of feel like Chattanooga's gone international, and I think that's going back to what you guys said. We are a growing city, the greatest mid-sized city in the nation, right? But I feel international here, and I think when I look at all the pictures and have been to the games, it's funny because you look and it feels international-ish. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And I think you brought culture. I think we've added to the culture. The CFC has added to the great culture and richness of our city. And if you go deeper, I always think like a mom and a business person. You also think about the business and how this has impacted our local economy. Guys, we've created jobs, and we've created another opportunity, Peter, for people to live, work, learn, and play.
Definitely. No, I'm obviously not from from Chattanooga. Born in the UK, and I moved here. My wife is from here, and I love the city. From the very first time that I came to visit, I just had a great feeling about it, and the people are a huge part of that. And so love living here. Love working with Chattanooga Football Club and the work that we do on the foundation, and I think Juan feels the same way.
So, guys, we have about 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Doesn't an hour fly by?
It does.
Doesn't it? I know. So we're going to have you back for sure, right? Got to have you back. And that's a commitment, by the way. They just saw you shake your head. So that's a yes, right?
Yes.
Do you want to talk about that? Maybe opening game, maybe running a live there. I don't know yet, but we're gonna be involved. So as we close out, from each of you, I'll start with Sheldon. I'm going to end with Sheldon. Sheldon, what does the CFC mean to you? This is something that you helped create, correct?
Yep. There were a bunch of us.
I want you to think deep. What does it mean to you?
You know, I had the opportunity to grow up playing the sport of soccer, and it has had a profound impact on who I am as a person, my character, my work ethic, the friendships that I've made over my life. And I've gotten to travel internationally and play internationally. And so it's been profound for me to be able to help bring some of that to Chattanooga. And then to see it grow. I'm a big entrepreneur startup guy in the city.
You have to be to do this,
right? And so just to start these different things, the foundation, the academy, the club, and the various the Highland Park Commons. These things are making an impact in kids' lives and adults' lives on a daily basis. And that's important, that's meaningful, and it's good work, and it goes way beyond soccer. Soccer's important. We love it. We're going to promote it. We're going to do it
I love to hear you say that, though,
at the highest level we can, all the way from youth, through our senior team. But it's also about community. It's about impacting
I've
people's
got to
lives.
show this. Y'all are good to be so not distracted by my shenanigans in here, but I love to show off this. Nobody's going to get this, right? This scarf that I'm holding up. Nobody's going to touch this scarf.
That is our gift to you.
Y'all heard that? I dare you. They are like the scarves, though. Some reason Facebook and listeners love scarves. But in that, Sheldon, I love that because when I talk to a CEO or a president or a person who helps found something, you find out the essence of who they and the organization are, and it makes sense to me. Everything you are is what this organization stands for. My CEO, I say it all the time, he is my husband, but he's the essence of who MSI is. What I love about you guys is the character, the integrity in which you're doing this. And, you're reaching out to communities. You don't have to. You don't have to just because you're the CFC, but you do. But we got about a minute and 10 seconds. I'm going to go around real quick to Juan and then to Peter and then to Reed. Give us some closing comments, something you love. Maybe just you love the football club. But what do you want to tell the listeners?
I'm just going to say what every player and teammate has said before. Like, we came for soccer, we stayed because of the CFC and the community.
Came for soccer, but they stayed for CFC and the community. You didn't get any better than that. Peter.
If you haven't been to a CFC game before, you need to check one out this year. It's a brilliant experience, and we strongly encourage you to come down and support Chattanooga Football Club.
Awesome. Thank you. Reed, final words.
Yeah, CFC is so Chattanooga. If you love Chattanooga, if you love soccer, if you just love hanging out and enjoying good beer, any of those things or all of those things, I love it.
Lemonade, great lemonade. All right, Sheldon, anything else?
ChattanoogaFC.com is where people can learn about the supporter ownership campaign that we've got and check out season passes and info on sponsorships as well.
Awesome. And guys,
ChattanoogaFC.com.
Yeah, don't forget we got live, guys.
Chattanooga Morning News with Russ and Val. Weekdays from 6 to 9 a.m. on Nooga Radio, 92.7 FM.